What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today I'm gonna talk about a couple of things, man. First, you got Odell Beckham Jr. basically doing a Q&A with people on Twitter, answering a couple of questions and a couple of comments, and taking a couple of shots at the New York Giants, as he goes into his new, situation with the Cleveland Browns. And you also have the Kansas City Chiefs trading for pass rusher Frank Clark, from the Seattle Seahawks for a 2019 first-round draft pick and a 2020 second-round draft pick. First off, with Odell Beckham, man, as an Eagles fan, I must say I'm very excited that he's no longer in this division. Yeah, like, I'm just glad he's gone, man. Granted, I know the New York Giants feel like they got a plan in place, and they got 2 first-round draft picks. They got Jabril Peppers, but we'll see. Maybe they turn it around. Maybe they don't. Me personally, I hope they don't, but we'll see. But it's hard to believe that they're gonna get the impact of an Odell Beckham Jr. at least this season, man. And a couple of things he said. People came at him and was basically saying that he was a cancer in the Giants locker room and stuff like that, man. And Beckham basically came out and said, I am a cancer whenever I'm trying to win, and everybody around here cool with losing. Then somebody kind of said something about Eli, and he kind of took the high road on that one, man. Me personally, I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I kind of see both sides. With Beckham, it's like, you gave me a new contract, you basically committed to me, and then you turn around and trade me within a year, you know what I'm saying? When clearly I ain't the problem on the team. And what's so funny with the New York Giants, man, the thing that's so funny is that I get it. Eli Manning got 2 Super Bowls over there. I get it, But bruh, they just really love him some Eli Manning, man. Everybody over there just want to roll their nose and turn their eye and act like they don't see Eli Manning out there being some hot garbage. But yet it's like, oh, it's Beckham's fault. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want the ball, you complaining, you throwing tantrums on the sideline. It's your fault, Beckham. And that's why I feel where Beckham coming from, where it's like, bruh, I'm clearly out here balling. I'm clearly out here one of the best in the game. You got a quarterback out here with a dead arm that can't even throw me the ball down the field. All he can throw me is slants. Y'all want to sit here and say I'm the problem because I'm upset about that. So I feel what Beckham's saying. But on the other side, I kind of get it from the New York Giants standpoint, as far as, I don't know many teams nowadays that win Super Bowls with these type of receivers, man. Meaning, the high diva, big time great receivers that win Super Bowls, man. Ever since the early 90s, man, when you had the Jerry Rices and the Michael Irvins of the world, like, what great receivers won Super Bowls since then? T.O. hasn't won any. Randy Moss, the Patriots, all the Super Bowls they won, they never won one when they had Randy Moss, which is crazy to really think about. Antonio Brown ain't won. Obviously Odell ain't won. Julio came close but didn't win. Calvin Johnson barely even made the playoffs. These great receivers, you don't really win with them. It's kind of like you rather spend your money elsewhere. You rather spend your money on linemen, offensive and defensive linemen, and a quarterback. And everybody else you kind of just plug in place. And that seems to be a strategy that's worked. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you don't get a guy that you pay a little bit, but you don't get a guy that comes in and demands the ball a lot, or you got to give $18, $20 million to at a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? You don't have many teams that's successful with that strategy. Like in the Giants case, in the Giants defense, they like, look, man, we had you all these years and we never even won a playoff game. So it's like, we might as well just ship you off, get a little something for you, and start over. So I understand both sides. I understand Beckham for feeling some type of way, and I understand the Giants, you know what I'm saying, for wanting to go in a new direction. Me personally, as an Eagle fan, I could care less about the direction they're going in. I'm thinking about today, and today they're not as good of a football team without Beckham. So that makes me happy. And in other news, man, you had a big trade. You had the Seattle Seahawks trading away defensive end Frank Clark to the Kansas City Chiefs, in return getting a first-round draft pick in this year's draft on Thursday, and also getting a second-round draft pick in next year's draft. You know, for Kansas City, man, it's like, you know, it's a good move for them because obviously they need a pass rusher. You know, they lost Justin Houston. You know, they lost D Ford. You know what I'm saying? They could use somebody else that could get after the quarterback. You know, now you compare him along with Chris Jones. And Frank Clark is a really good pass rusher, man. Really good young pass rusher, man. He gonna come in there and really help this team a lot, man. If Kansas City could just go into the draft and, you know, get them some young cornerbacks, and they need a whole new secondary. Well, they got Tyrann Mathieu back there at safety. But if they could get some corners in this draft, you know, they're solid. You know their offense gonna go up there with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, you know, and put up points each and every week pretty much. Then with Andy Reid calling the shots, they gonna put up points. The thing with them is defensively. Their defense let them cost them a chance at a Super Bowl. So if Frank Clark could come in here and get after the quarterback, you know, and if they could go out there and get some young corners that could come in and cover a little bit, they just got to be an average defense, man. With that offense, you just got to be a middle-of-the-pack defense, and you can win a lot of football games, man. And as far as Seattle Seahawks, man, I mean, when you pay Russell Wilson big money like they paid him, obviously you can't really pay nobody else like that. And the best way to go is to stack up on a bunch of draft picks to get a lot of young players. So I feel like it's a good move for them, man. You know, Frank Clark is a good player, but, you know, now you got 2 first-round draft picks where, you know, they got the number 21 and the number 29 pick now. Where in a draft that's very deep with especially defensive linemen, you know, they could get a couple of solid players to come in there in Seattle and play right away and make some things happen, man. So in one of the rare cases, I think it's a win for both teams, man. I think Kansas City, you know, got a pass rusher to come in, you know, along with Chris Jones on this young defense. And, you know, Seattle racking up draft picks because they paying their quarterback a lot of money. And that's the best way to win once you give your quarterback real big money. You know, but with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Eagles and NFL content, man, throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.